I'm going to come out and say it. Lamine Yamal should not win the 2025 Ballon d'Or. Now, before you find my location and send a package of poop to my front door, let me explain. Yamal is indeed an anomaly. At 17 years old, he's already considered a world-class player, with talent and hype getting to literal young Messi and Ronaldo levels of attention. The kid has the world at his feet. Already a European champion with Spain and a two-time La Liga winner, his trophy cabinet is looking clean. And he's played a big part in Barcelona's success, where they went on to win a domestic treble and destroy their eternal rivals Madrid a handful of times throughout the season. But here's the thing. I believe Yamal is being a little too overrated right now, as I seriously don't think he is in the top 3 for best player in the world at this season. I have players like Mohamed Salah, Ousmane Dembele, Raphina, and hell, I could even make a case for Mbappe or Pedri being higher than Yamal in the Ballon d'Or rankings. Let's break it down. This season, Yamal has scored 18 goals and got 25 assists in 55 matches. Super impressive considering he led Barcelona to the domestic treble, but only scoring 18 goals as an attacker just doesn't give me that wow factor. Not even scoring double digits in any competition and having 9 goals in the league season. For a Ballon d'Or campaign, it just doesn't feel like it's enough. And right now, there's a popular comparison on Twitter showing Yamal's stats next to Olise's, and I can't lie, the comparison looks like it's kind of justified, as people are making it seem as they both won their league title and Olise would score 17 goals and get a further 21 assists in 50 matches. However, he is nowhere near the Ballon d'Or conversation. I don't think age should play a role in the Ballon d'Or. No one is arguing against Yamal being a world-class player already. I do think he is, but the world's best? How could you say that right now when there's Mohamed Salah, who led his Liverpool side to a Premier League win in dominating fashion, while securing the Premier League Golden Boot, scoring 34 goals and 23 assists this season in all competitions? He deserves it more than Yamal. And what about Dembele? He literally won the quadruple, dominated in the Champions League, beating many difficult sides, and of course notching 2 assists in that one-sided UCL final, which will go down in history. PSG were literally the best team this season by a long shot. Of course they would dominate their domestic competitions, and Dembele was the key player for this Paris side, winning Champions League Player of the Season. And now talking back to Yamal, he lost out to Doué for the Young Player of Season as well, another thing that hurts his Ballon d'Or chances. But just take a look at Dembele's stats for a minute. 33 goals and 15 assists in 49 matches. And even passing Dembele and forgetting Salah, there's still Raphina on the opposite wing of Yamal, who has a better case due to his Champions League rampage he put on this season, securing the most goal contributions of any player in the history of the Champions League. Although there is more games played now in the league, that is still super impressive. Yamal isn't even the clean-cut best player in his team, undisputably. How could he win the Ballon d'Or? Even Mbappe, who won the European Golden Boot in his debut season, became La Liga top scorer as well, scoring 43 goals throughout the season. I could make a case that he deserves the Ballon d'Or more than Yamal. Let's just call it for what it is. If Yamal had this same exact season at 25 years old, he would not be considered for a Ballon d'Or. But right now, football is dying to find a new kid they can wage their hopes on to become the next big world star. Mbappe couldn't live up to it, with 0 Ballon d'Ors and 0 Champions Leagues at 26 years of age. Erling Haaland is a goal machine, but his playstyle at Man City is seen as unattractive for most people, calling him a tap-in merchant who can't do much else other than score. Which, as a personal side note, I think that's insane. Haaland has showcased his dribbling and technical ability many times at Dortmund, and at City he doesn't need to dribble, his job is to score. Anyways, Vini Jr. is widely hated and criticized much more than any star player due to his antics annoying people. And this is why right now the most 2 talked about players in the world aren't Salah and Dembele, it's Desiree Doué and Lamine Yamal. People are waging and betting all of their hopes that Yamal could somehow become the next Lionel Messi, the next GOAT. And to put that much hype and pressure on this kid, it's unfair. But the benefit is that hype is seemingly ballooning him, and the world is egging him on to this Ballon d'Or win just so they could hype him up even more, keep comparing his career trajectory to Messi and Ronaldo. At the end of the day, we forget that football is a business more than a sport nowadays. Adidas, Barcelona, and football in general needs eyes on it at all times. And what better way to get that attention is to skyrocket this kid's market value and global outreach by crowning him the best player in the world. Now, once again, I'm not saying that it would be completely outrageous for him to win. He's a world-class player and an even better talent. But to crown him the best player in the world? No. I still think he has a lot more to go and to prove himself in the Champions League before we can start saying things like he is the number one. This year, the Ballon d'Or is the most competitive we've seen in a while due to the fact that there's just no international competitions such as the Euros or World Cup, which usually takes all the spotlight and just hogs everyone's attentions, as usually who's the best player in the World Cup goes on to win the Ballon d'Or. But what do you guys think about this whole situation? Does Lamine Yamal deserve the Ballon d'Or? Or maybe Dembele? Let me know in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe.